Beloved ones, this is your servant, Udia Sampa, the CEO of Udia Sampa Spiritual and Herbal Center. I welcome you once again to Udia Sampa TV. And if this is your first time of seeing Udia Sampa TV, I'll plead with you that you subscribe to the channel, you share, and you invite friends to also come and watch. There is one particular video that I'm going to show you the reason why some of us we keep on warning you about African prophets, or not even only African prophet, but so called or self-acclaimed prophet, what they have been doing to people. You see, when TB Joshua matters came out during BBC broadcast, people were saying whole lot of things that, and I came out was saying Africa, when a fellow black person is telling something, we don't believe it. There are so many people that came out telling the people about TB Joshua, and as a whole, as a continent or as a country in Nigeria, they should have done better investigation to see whether what they are saying is true or not, but no one did. And it has happened all over in Africa, Kenya, Rwanda, Ghana, and some African countries. There are other countries that this shit it goes on, but not rapidly as in other countries. Our brother shared his reason of fighting with this a particular prophet. I'm going to show you the video so that I see it. And myself, I have similar experience, and it happened to my own fiancé. It happened to my own fiancé. This prophet, that you people see them as saints, they are as wicked as the so-called Satan or the devil himself, but people don't know, and sometimes they just try to do some charitable things to just cover their evil deeds. Before we watch the video, please, I have pure organic herbal product that can treat total complete treatment that you will not feel the disease again. Something like hepatitis B, weak ejaculation, and weak manhood, being it gonorrhea, syphilis, all the sexual transmitted diseases. We have the solution for you. We have that of hepatitis B, stroke, asthma, and diabetes. Let's watch the video.
I know most of you might be wondering, what is the beef between Mr. PDT and Prophet Jeremiah Omoto Fofane? To a point whereby he can even do an entire service threatening me, promising to come and arrest me here in South Africa, promising to use Interpol to come and apprehend me.
But the funniest part, don't run. Don't run. You are insulting me in South Africa. This message for you. I'm coming to South Africa. I'll put you in where you are, where you belong. I will come with my private jets. No. Joke apart. Joke apart. I'm personally, this is called a message to you. You are insulting me. The time is up.
Me and Jeremiah Omoto Fofane will come a very, very long way. I know some of you might feel inclined to defend the man or feel sorry for the man because of these exposures that we keep doing about his shrine and his ways of conduct. I'll let you in on something. That man that you see as a holy man, as a servant of God, called Jeremiah Omoto Fofane, he's a very wicked man. That man is heartless. He's cold-hearted. I know all other Nigerian prophets are wicked, but Jeremiah Omoto Fofane's case, his own heart, I do not know where it was taken from, but it's dark. I'll tell you a very short story. The main story that makes me and Jeremiah never click, never see eye to eye. I'll tell you one thing for sure. The day me and him meet face to face, one of us will not make it home breathing. This I can tell you for sure. How he feels about me is exactly how I feel about him, because of what he did to someone that I consider to be vulnerable, because of what he has been doing to people that I consider to be helpless. I'll tell you a very short story. If you did not know about it, this might be your first time to hear about it. And if you do, if it touches you, please share. And then you might maybe have a background information as to why I dislike Jeremiah Omoto completely. They say pray for your enemies, but I only hope Jeremiah Omoto's life on this earth can be cut short so that he does not ruin so many lives, so that he does not break so many hearts, so that he does not lead many to darkness. This is what happened back in 2019. Let me backdate the story because that's when it happened. On the 15th of April, if I'm not mistaken, there is a young woman. Her name is Ruth Matthew. She saw Jeremiah Omoto Fofane on television. Her children also saw Jeremiah Omoto Fofane on television. Let me tell you something about this young woman that I'm referring to, called Ruth Matthew. She is disabled. She walks on her fours. She can't stand upright. Yet, she had 4 boys, 4 children. The kids saw Jeremiah Omoto Fofane on television. And they said, Mom, what do you think about this man of God? He seems to be helping a lot of people. He seems to be delivering a lot of people. God is using him. How about we go to his service? You might get healed as well from the wheelchair. We might have a breakthrough and our lives can change. Because she's only one mother who has to look after all these 4 boys, all by herself. Her ex-husband is another useless man that I do not want to talk about right now. But after he gave her 4 boys, he ran away. Fast forward, the mother was convinced, this looks like a man of God. This looks like a true servant of God who has the heart for the needy. Let us take our chances and go there. She saved money. She saved money selling food items at the market so that she can have enough money to go and consult with this man of God, or to just go and be in the presence of this man of God who will be doing all these gimmicks on television to lure as many people as he can, which is the strategy that all of them use. Fast forward, she went to the shrine, spent quite a long time at the shrine with her 4 boys. It so happened that one of the days she got a chance, an opportunity to meet the man of God. But before she met the man of God, of course there are always requirements. You have to pay to see the man of God, which is called the one-on-one fee. She had met servants. She paid. There was a mountain. There is still a mountain, if not multiple mountains now, that you have to pay again to climb. Remember, this is a disabled woman with 4 little boys. She paid to climb that mountain. There are t-shirts, the regalia, that you need to pay for, to buy, so that you can be allowed to climb the mountain. This woman paid with the little that she had, just so that she can have that breakthrough, so that she can have that mountaintop experience. And so many people will be falsely testifying that every time you climb the mountain, your life will change. But all these people that will be saying these things are paid actors. Fast forward, she paid for all these things. On her last day, when she was about to return, after having met the man of God, her child was kidnapped. The question you might be asking is, where was this child kidnapped? Right within the premises of Jeremiah Omoto's shrine. Now here is where it starts heartbreaking me. Here is where the story starts getting ugly. If you're a mother, let me throw this as a curveball. You go to a church and your child gets kidnapped. What will you do? Definitely you will cry. She did exactly that. She cried all over the shrine. Please, my child has been kidnapped. And the child was only 2 years old at the time. 2 women came and took that child away from her. She made as much noise as she possibly could. But nothing was done about it. At a church where there is security, at a church where there are thousands of people gathered, no one paid attention to her. Not only that, Jeremiah Omoto drove in the compound. At the very same moment, she was crying out loud that her child was kidnapped. She was very relieved. Finally, the man of God is here. He's going to help me. She reached out to him. Papa, my child was kidnapped right inside here. You know what Jeremiah Omoto did? He called the security. Take this woman out of here. She's trying to tarnish the image of my church. Throw her out of the compound. Throw her out of our premises. And she was thrown out. What kind of a man does that? A responsible father, spiritual father, cannot do this if he has nothing to do with the abduction syndicate. Wait a minute. I'm not yet saying Jeremiah Omoto Fofane did it, but I'm just pointing out to the red flags that indicate that Omotofo-Fane might have something to do with the abduction of this little boy. Why do I say that? I'll take you back a little bit. The first time she got to this shrine and Jeremiah Omoto saw this woman with her 4 kids, he was amazed and he shouted, "Hey, are these all your children? How did you manage to have all these children? Especially this young one. I see him as a glorious child. He has so much glory, he has so much light upon him. Wow. This one people will pay to meet him. This one people will pay to see him." And I want to remind you of something. At that time, that's when Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane was grooming these young boys that he was calling little angels. That is the very same time when he groomed this one that you know as little Jeremiah and this other one that he has recently distanced himself from. It was actually a program where he was grooming these young boys. When he saw this child of Ruth Matthew, his main idea, I don't know what he saw on him. Obviously, it was the glory. He wanted to groom him as well and make him his own. That's what we are speculating. Let's go back to the narration of the initial story. Jeremiah Omoto threw this woman out of a compound. She went to the police. She reported the case. And the police told her, "This is not the first time we have heard something of this nature. Woman, you'll be very lucky if you find your child. But give us today and tomorrow. Come back and we will investigate this matter. We will consult with the Mercy City team and find out what really happened." Okay, she left. She went home. Tomorrow she came back to the very same police station. "Officers, what's the update?" They spinned the whole story after they reached out to Mercy City. Of course, we all know what happened. The moment they called Mercy City either gave them a brown envelope or they told them a different story that made them believe, or that made them turn the tables and point all the blame towards the complainant. Can you imagine? She's the one who went to open a case and report a child missing. And then she comes back tomorrow. She is the one who's now being accused of having sold their own baby. Now let's think about this. What could have happened between the time she reported and the time she came back? Obviously, the police called Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane. Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane sweet talked to them and told them something else different that made them now turn the case against this woman. I'm suspecting they were given a brown envelope. Now let's conclude this matter and let's point out at things that makes me suspect that Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane knows something about the abduction of this little boy. There are few things that Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane has remained adamant to comply with. First, this shrine is massive. This shrine is huge. Mercy City is too big not to have a CCTV surveillance. Indeed, at that time, they had a CCTV surveillance. When this surveillance footage of this particular day was asked for, Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane refused to release it. The question is why? Which is the main piece of evidence that could have either helped this woman locate the women that took her child, or that could have exonerated Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane from this abduction syndicate. Till day, Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane has convinced everyone in the judiciary, everyone in the law enforcement that CCTV footage does not exist. Yet there were surveillance cameras everywhere around this shrine. When this woman started talking, seeking justice, calling out Mercy City, Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane got her arrested, not once, twice, if not thrice, so that she keeps quiet. For the past 2 years, this woman has been going to court for defaming Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane's character. This woman has been answering in the courts of Niger Delta in Wari to having defamed Jeremiah Omotofo-Fane's character and Mercy City. Now I'll ask you a question. If you visit me at my house, there's a juror hall at my house with your car, and I lock the gate when you get inside, and we have dinner in my house. When you're about to leave, you find your car is gone. You realize your car has been stolen. Who are you going to suspect first? Or what the first thing that you're going to do? If there are surveillance cameras in my yard, of course, you're going to say, bruh, let's check the surveillance footage so that we can see what really happened. Imagine if you ask me to provide you with the footage, and then I become dodgy. Then I say, no, the cameras were not working. No, there's no footage. No, you can't see the footage. What are you going to think? Who are you going to suspect to have played foul? Definitely you're going to suspect me. So when you go and open a case for your stolen car, they'll ask you for a suspect. Definitely I'll be the first suspect because I'm the one who owns this compound and I'm the one who should be answerable. You're not defending my character by saying, Mr. PDT, what happened to my car? You're just asking general questions that anybody else could ask. That's the same thing this woman did. Mercy City, Jeremiah Omoto for Pain, where is my child? Release the CCTV footage. And for that, she was severely punished. The judiciary connived even with Jeremiah Omoto for Pain together with the law enforcement to deem this woman guilty of having defamed Jeremiah Omoto for Pain's character, of which I do not understand which character Jeremiah Omoto for Pain has. Now you tell me, where is the justice in all this? Where is the man of God in all this? When you look at this man, do you see a man of God who takes advantage of the vulnerable? Can you still stand and say he's our papa? He's our spiritual father. Someone who exhibits such characteristics. Someone who goes an extra mile to silence a mother who lost a child. Let me cut the long story short. If you did not know why I have beef with this man, it's because of this boy. And his name is Baby Testimony. Till date, he is still missing. At one point, Jeremiah Omoto for Pain, when the heat was getting to him, he gave a prophecy which I deemed a confession that in 4 days, this child will be found. In 4 days, this child will be found. And the ones close to him advised him, no, don't bring back that child. Don't do it. You will look very guilty. After 4 days, he came back again and he said, I never said it. I never said the child will be found. Do you still think Jeremiah Omoto for Pain has nothing to do with the abduction of this kid? Do you still think he knows nothing about this little boy? If that's what you think, then you have to think again. If you think he's innocent, you have to think again. But I'll let the table open for you to tell me what you think. Does he know what happened to the kid or he doesn't? Based on what I've just told you. Let me know, my people, in the comments.
And one thing about this prophet, or those so-called called prophet, for their tantric rituals that they are being able to perform with human blood and all those kind of stuff, then they are able to influence those in power. Our political leaders, our security service, they are so influential to the point that we are able to influence them, and even some of our generals, they will even give them money and influence them to draw back their attention from the situation, and no one will show concern about it, and they will be cheating on poor people, those in need, and they take advantage. Like the other day I was telling you, there's one particular man over here that he is suffering from big sore on the leg, and he went to Reverend Ogbonfor Church giving testimony that his leg has been healed. I don't know the argument that went on between him and the prophet over there, but later on he came back, and as I'm talking to you now, the man is there with the sore on the leg. So sometimes this is what these prophets have been taking advantage of, and that's why we keep on warning you guys not to go to their churches, because they are evil. Sometimes you see people think a better traditional priest will not do this, and we don't promise that all the disease that we are able to heal. If you will be able to heal, we just tell you, and if you can't, we just let you know. But here is the case: some people too have just entered it using one or two things to take advantage of our brothers and sisters. So let's be vigilant. See you again.